Gemini, welcome to your Celtic Cross reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. We're going to use the Goddess Tarot deck today. What is going on, please, for the Gemini collective? Show me. Show me, Gemini, please. What is going on for Gemini? Show me, Gemini, please. What's going on? Of course, take what resonates, if it does not, reverse energies as it applies. Cross watchers, same. Show me, Gemini. Oh, okay. Anxious to get in there, sacrifice, hanged man. Feels like maybe, perhaps not much is going on right now. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Power is in the challenge position, how to move things forward you don't know. You want to, otherwise that Emperor would not be here. So there's this idea of things are, well, not much is going on. We want to, though. That's the thing. How to take charge of something, how to move it forward, what to do, how to do it. The Emperor, eh? Should I try to control this? Should I try not to? Should I make a decision towards this? Should I not? Should I stand in my power? Do I want things to change? Do I want things to... I don't know. We don't know. You want to do something. Interesting. Above you, Three of Pentacles. The influence, friendship, collaboration, springboard, opportunities, moving into something new, building something up from the ground up, possibly. Some sort of friendship here. I don't know. Relevant past. Four of Pentacles. Holding on. Holding on to who or what? I don't know. But some of you have a pattern to hold on to things until you know what to do with it, or you just have a tendency to hold on in the general sense or hold back. What is exiting? Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. An opportunity here is on the exit. Future. Prince of Cups. Page of Cups. Little thing. Little form of emotional expression. Your strengths. The Magician. Wanting to pull something in from the universe. Some sort of acknowledgement that you can pull something in for you that you do desire. Okay. Your environment. Knight of Cups. A little bit more on the expansion here. Okay. Hopes and fears. The Star. Do you dare? Do you dare dream for that? Do you dare hope for that? Do you dare desire that thing? Oh my. What is the outcome? The world. Things are shifting just a wee bit. Things are shifting just a wee bit. Cycling out, cycling in. What is going on? What is going on? Well, let's begin from the beginning, yeah? Let's begin from the beginning. Let's start there at that Hanged Man. Something's not moving. And it's not that you don't want it to. The Emperor's here, and he likes to take action. Okay, he likes things decided. He likes things squared away. Standing in our power, taking charge, yeah? It's in the challenge position. The question is, if there's going to be movement, what does it look like? Do I do something? Do I do nothing? If I stand in my power, is it the wrong kind? Can I even control this? Do I want to? Let's take a look at that Hanged Man, please. Yes. Show me the Hanged Man, please. What's going on? Show me that Hanged Man. I'm terribly curious about this Ace of Pentacles that's on the exit. What's going on? Show me that Hanged Man. Show me that Hanged Man, please. Show me that Hanged Man. There's love here. I just can't tell who the heck you're aiming it at. That's the thing. I can't tell who the heck you're aiming it at, or is it just in the general sense? Huh. The Hanged Man, death. Okay. King of Cups. Oh no. Page of Swords. Oh no. Gemini. What happened? Honey. What? First of all, heavy Scorpio energy. You might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to one. Does not have to be. It's just an FYI for your reference. The Hanged Man, Death, the King of Cups, the Page of Swords. You know, it seems like our heart just isn't in it for something. It's like we don't have emotional expansion here. We can't feel the fullness of our heart. What happened, honey? You don't feel emotionally claiming. You know, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, this is our most emotionally mature selves. The one that says, I am full, I am satisfied. I am who I truly am meant to be. These are my feelings and I claim them thusly. And it feels like you can't claim your own heart space, and it's been like that for a while. It's under Hanged Man. Now, I don't know if something here ended. Right now I'm interpreting it as your ability to really feel fully like you, to really emotionally be a part of the world in a way that says, I'm here, I'm connected, I've got big love, I've got big feelings. And it feels like that sometimes, that you're disconnected from your emotional self. Our ability to feel feelings and to own them. I don't know if something here ended. It might be that your heart is under transformation. Because our feelings never really die. Sometimes we evolve in our emotional space. I think you want to get back into a natural state of grace in that respect of, I would like to feel my feelings again. And how you next feel them may not be how you recognize them from the last time you really felt like you. And you being Gemini, I know you understand that. It felt like nothing was going on for a long time, and that perhaps nothing will hit your heart in a certain way, or that you will have big feelings again. It's kind of a stalemate there. I have every reason to believe you're undergoing some sort of transformation. And how you feel, how you experience the world, how you experience your own feelings. I don't quite know what happened, but there's something here that suggests things hadn't changed in a long time. You may not know it, Page of Swords, but I do believe you're undergoing some sort of emotional transformation, where you were in one state of not feeling much. And like I say, where you last left your heart, how you reapproach it again might look very, very different. That's too vague even for me. That's too vague even for me. I can't stand that. But yes, emotional transformation is a real thing. Who we are today is not how we're going to recognize ourselves from, like, say, 20 years ago or 20 years from now. It was probably something that needed to change and shift, where it feels like you might have gone through an emotional void, where you don't feel particularly strongly about one thing or the other. That's not true. The King of Cups is there to suggest you can have that sense of being once more, where you can feel things at a full capacity, that you can be in touch and grounded in that moment, that you can feel things in that moment. Some of you aren't always able to feel things in the moment, or you feel like you haven't been able to in a long time. You remember when you could. I do believe your heart space is transforming. How you last recognize it will not be who you are today, or how you discover yourself soon. I have something over here that suggests things needed to move, shift, and change. I have every reason to believe, Gemini, between the Magician, the Knight of Cups, the Star, and the World, that you will feel things again, and perhaps much larger than you had last experienced them. Show me the Emperor, please, in the challenge position. There's that sense in you, I need to do something, but you don't know what. Okay. Show me the Emperor, please. 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 Show me the Emperor, please, in the challenge. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, so disconnected, honey. So disconnected. What happened? The Devil. Capricorn energy does not have to be. It feels like we've been stuck for a long time, huh? Feels like you've been stuck for a very long time. Nothing has changed or improved or will improve. You always felt like you're tied to something you can't quite break from, but you don't know how to extract yourself from it. And it's patternized, okay? Seven of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, the Devil. Some of you have such a strong sense of abandonment. Fear of abandonment. So you kind of work around that construct. There's this idea that you have been emotionally void for a very long time. You can't help but wonder sometimes if the feelings within you are completely dead. This is not true. It's not true at all. You are very much alive. It's just sometimes you forget how to be. Why? You want to do something, but it's hard to know what to do, and what seems like nothing changes, and that we're kind of stuck, chained or bound to something that we know will not change. And it doesn't make our ability to feel our feelings any easier. It's kind of like, this is how it is. This is how it's always going to be. It never changes. And in fact, I feel stuck and or chained to it because a bigger part of you would like to take action and do something. The Emperor is a large and in charge kind of guy. In this deck, the Emperor is Freya. Renowned goddess warrior. Very strong embodiment of the Emperor. You're saying, I don't know what to do. There's something here that you have become patternized to that never changes, and you know it. And this is what's lending to that sense of you being shut down. Okay, that's some really strong stuff here. You have such a huge thing in you that says, I'm shut down. It's not that it's gone, honey. It's just waiting to be reborn. It's waiting to be reborn. You really are waiting on you. I know you say there's nothing you can do. That's not true. You say you're stuck to this, you can't leave it alone. I'm too ingrained in it. I know this is how it's going to be indefinitely. I wouldn't even know where to begin to take charge and move away from this, or get away from it, or unbreak myself from it. It's a strong recognition in you that nothing's going to change in this particular scenario. What that devil is to you, I do not know, but it's in the 3D, and it's well established. You feel chained to it, bound to it, with also the stark, naked realization that it will not change. This is what's lending to that feeling in you that says, I don't have feeling. You want to do something about it. Because the real you is in here somewhere. If you can be a King of Cups once, you can be a King of Cups once more. If you have been the Emperor once, you can be the Emperor once more. I know you know what it is to stand in your power and make declaratives. And there's a huge part of you that's so terrified to break free from that which you understand, associate, and patternized an unhealthy relationship with. That goes nowhere, it does not change. But you feel so ingrained in it, so entrenched to it. It's like you can't see it any other way. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you fucking can. I'm about to prove it to you. Rather, you will prove it to me. For I'm not reading me, I'm reading you. This is your energy. Three of Pentacles, something hovers around you. This Three of Pentacles, I don't know what it is to you yet. Show me this Three of Pentacles, please. Show me this Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. I do believe you're still giving to this situation. You just don't know how to break from it. It's one of the things that makes you, to be perfectly blunt, Gemini, feel dead inside. But you are not. There is something in you that you continue to contribute to and you don't want to. That's the long and short of it. It's delay. And you're showing me strength to hold on to this, even though it doesn't feel particularly good to you anymore. And it hasn't for a long time. There's someone here who cooperates in this mess. The exhaustion, the Nine of Wands, to continue to Three of Pentacles with somebody. You say you don't know, so you keep fighting it, fighting it, fighting it, fighting for it, fighting with it. And you're telling yourself, be strong, be strong. I gotta hang in there for this, I gotta hang in there for this, I gotta hang in there for this, I got to. That's all this means. I gotta hang in there for this, I have to. Be strong, be strong. You might have some Leo in your chart. I gotta hang in there for this. I gotta keep doing it. There's someone else in here with that. They reinforce the pattern with you. That we gotta hold on to this. We gotta hold on to each other. Your feelings for this situation are over. You seem to think it's you. That's the part I have the biggest issue with. What I'm reading here, Gemini, is that your feelings for this situation are over. But you personally have translated it into, I don't feel anything. Maybe it's a me problem. Because I can't feel anything for this. You know, that's my problem. That doesn't mean I just quit. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Devil. I strongly disagree. It's not that you yourself are personally tapped out of emotions, Gemini. You just don't have them for this situation anymore. But you continue to give to it. The idea of this is that I don't even know where to begin, Christina. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to disengage from this. It's unhealthy. And I think you keep it out of fear. And I think you're being kept to it out of fear as well. Fear of abandonment. What if I make things worse? You will continue to receive from a situation that you believe you're worth. Is this what you think you're worth? I don't know who this is to you. Significant other, friend, family member. One that you don't have feeling for anymore. That makes you feel bad. But you think it's a you problem. Your having emotionally shut down towards this is not a reflection of you so much as your response to it. You continue to give to something that doesn't look like it's very good for you. In fact, you're exhausted by it, but you keep at it. You show me strength. Strength to continue to fight for it, not dissolve it. Because again, you're telling me I wouldn't even know where to begin. I wouldn't even know how to take charge of this. It emotionally shuts you down. But you're afraid to leave it. Why? Why do you feel the consequences are so high if you leave? You look like an asshole? Honey, I got news for you. There's worse things in this life than perception of others. If we all cared about what everyone thought about what we did, none of us would do a damn thing and just sit there for fear of judgment. No. This comes from within you. You're allowing yourself to accept something and to continue to stay in something that looks like it's a whole bunch of no bueno. No good. And this is ongoing. I don't know who that person is to you. Bare minimum, it's a friendship, and if it is a significant other, then they have been reduced to a Three of Pentacles. One that you're used to, and you don't know how to break away from. You don't have feeling for it anymore. You're saying, I would love to take charge of this, but I don't know how. Relevant past, Four of Pentacles. You have a pattern of holding on to things that you don't need or aren't good for you. That's in your relevant past. Otherwise, in other words, it's important. Especially if it's the Four of Pentacles in the relevant past. That means you have a pattern of this. Okay. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Why you insist that you have to try to make this work, I do not know. The 29th for some of you are important. I don't know why. It's confirmation. That's all I know. I saw it in gold. 29th anniversary. It's a celebration. Gold. '23rd as well for some of you. 23rd. I'm seeing it in gold foil. It's suggesting anniversary and or significance. Four of Pentacles in the relevant past. 23, 29. Four of Pentacles, please, in the relevant past. Why does this feel like a trauma bond? Is this a trauma bond? You two went through some serious shit? You came out the other side? There's a trauma bond for some of you. Medical, possibly health. A health trauma bond? Possibly. And that's past. It's over. I'm saying it like this. It's over the hill. It's past that now. No, there's something here I'm missing. There's something here I'm missing. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Like you're past that point. It might be ongoing. There's uncertainty surrounding it. There's uncertainty surrounding it, and it's like, Knight of Swords, we still take action towards it. It might be an ongoing issue. And it kind of lends to that sense of obligation. I got to stay in there for that reason. Four of Pentacles holding on. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, Four of Swords. You know from past experiences that when you hold on to heart pain, it keeps you from being you. Okay? When you hold on and allow yourself to be held on to, you know from personal reflection and experience that it causes you pain. You know this from a mature place as the Queen of Cups. There's your emotionality. You know that when you hold on to things that aren't meant for you anymore, you know this from personal experience. You know this from personal experience. You've been through it before. You know from personal experience that when you hold on, it causes more harm than good. You know this. You've been through it. I've seen your heart space. You've been through it before. You've been through it before. That when I hold on or allow myself to be held on to for one reason or another that has nothing to do with love or healthy love, it just causes pain. This is your wizened Gemini. You've been through this before. You've reflected on this before. Ace of Pentacles. There's some sort of offer here that's exiting. What is this Ace of Pentacles, please? Show me this Ace of Pentacles, please. Four of Pentacles. You haven't let it go. Jesus. The Empress. Five of Swords. You have not let... It's trying to exit, baby. Whoever this is to you is trying to exit. We're still connected to it in the 3D. Okay. But it is also trying to physically exit. It's the mental stuff that's keeping us bound to it, specifically the fears. Okay. There is this promise of the offer of who this person was that no longer is. We're holding on to the idea of them, not the reality of them, how they used to be. This is someone who used to bear a lot of significance in your heart as well as in your mind. It's kind of like, I can't let them go because maybe one day Rome will rise again. Maybe one day they will be that person of importance to me once more. You have experience with this. Either this person or in the general sense. Four of Pentacles is a very strong holding pattern for the Gemini I'm looking at. It's not an offense, so don't take it as one. I read the cards, that's my job. So take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse energy as it applies. Real tarot, real life, I do the real shit. Okay? I'm getting way too many complaints, more and more these days. This isn't a happy reading, you suck. Sounds like you suck. Go watch someone else who will tell you everything you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to know. That's the difference between a friend and a parent. You understand? I'm not saying I'm your parent. What I am saying, I have an obligation and duty and responsibility as someone who knows better to show you what is real and tell you what is real as opposed to what isn't. I'm not your bestie. I'm not going to sit there and have a drink with you and be like, he doesn't know what he is missing is lost. He's going to come back around. I'm not going to do that shit. Okay? I don't do that. And that's what some other folks do, and they're a dime a dozen on YouTube. So go check them out. I'm telling you this because I am extremely concerned. This person's energy is on the exit. Rather specifically, the promise of who they are, or should I say who they were. You hold on to the idea of who they were, not who they are in present day. Because who they are in present day, rather how you react to it, the situation, and how you are embedded in it, is pretty fucking ugly. The Empress is beautiful. The Empress is unconditional love. The Empress is giving, generous. Unconditional love, and productive and healthy for that reason. This person in your mind used to be healthy and productive and unconditional love. The promise, Ace of Pentacles, of who they were is exiting, but we don't want to see that. We continue to hold on to it. You already have a little pattern here, Gemini. Four of Pentacles multiple times for you. You know that when you hold on to that which is no longer good for you, it causes you more harm than good. And when you know this and accept this, your heart space is open. The very heart space you say you can't feel. Do you know why? You haven't allowed this energy to exit. Or you yourself have not extracted yourself from it. You have a sense of guilt and obligation and duty surrounding this energy, and it's coming across heavily as trauma bond. For either health reasons, or you two both have a history of abandonment issues. The promise of who they were is trying to leave. It is no more. You hold on and to retain that image of who they used to be, or who they used to represent. I don't know that this person ever was that Empress figure. Someone who was loving and generous. Perhaps they were kind, soft, fertile. Not just in terms of reproduction or procreation. I mean, someone who gave everything. The promise of who they were is exiting, and you don't know what to do about it. Yes, you do. Oh, I'm going to argue with you on that point. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have to ask yourself, is what we bonded over justification for me to stay in this? Or am I staying out of fear and complacency? Or because I can remember who they used to be? One more. Show me that Page of Cups, please, before we switch. Page of Cups, you have a history of it, and I just don't think you want to go through it again. You've been through this before. You held on to someone before for a long time. Somebody did. before they separated. And I don't want to go through that again. Honey, you are going through it again. It's just in a different way. You know? You are. The thing you said you would never do again, it just came back in a different form. It's unresolved issues. Knowing when to exit something. You could be 1,000 miles apart from somebody and still refuse to exit that situation. And you can be sitting next to them on the couch. Page of Cups. It's just a different kind of waiting, honey. Mostly it's you waiting on yourself. To give yourself the power and the permission you need to do what you need to do. I know you have it in you. Page of Cups, Ten of Cups, Justice, the King of Wands. There's something in you that's picking up in terms of fairness. Okay. Hopefully it's relatively soon. There is this idea in you, rather a feeling in you specifically, and it starts out with something so small, and these are how these things typically go. Page of Cups, the smallest form of emotional investment. The King of Wands, a sense of justice. Ten of Cups, you have a growing feeling in you, okay, that things should feel peaceful, that things should feel harmonized, that you should feel love as well as passion, and that is actually a form of correct relationship energy. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. But it's starting out here, and it's a growing feeling. How much you invest in it, I don't know. But when you think about investing in true emotional harmony, one that is fair, reciprocated, balanced, and healthy, this is a healthy emotional relationship that the King of Wands is approving of. His passion as well as his love are found in an equal state of balance and fairness, reciprocity. It starts out so small. What you will do with this energy, I don't know. But it's begun to grow in you. This is probably how it should feel. This is probably how it should look. If I'm going to hold out and fight for something, it should probably look like this and feel like this. Right? Because this is something worth fighting for. This is something worth holding out for. This is something worth investing in. It's a growing feeling. The Magician. Okay. Show me the Magician, please. Show me the Magician and your strengths. You can manifest. Show me the Magician, please. Show me the Magician, please. Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, Ten of Cups. You'll get there. You have to believe it. More than believe it, you have to take action too. The Magician is nothing without some action. Okay. So that small, very small sense of, I want to invest in something positive and healthy. It starts out small. You're going to start to feel it more strongly in future. That same Ten of Cups that King of Wands is desiring, you're going to start taking measurable actions towards it, openly manifesting it. What that looks like, I do not know. I just see you taking strides in it. Your words as well as your actions are here in obtaining that Ten of Cups. That's what you want for yourself, and you're pulling it in. It's like you have a very strong, reasonable sense of what a relationship should look like and feel like. I agree with you. This is what it should look like. King of Wands is a fighter. If I'm going to fight for something, if I'm going to be strong for something, by God, it should probably make me feel good. It should probably ignite me and inspire me Make me want to get out there and take charge. Fuck yeah. You want it. You will start taking some sort of measurable strides in what you understand a Ten of Cups healthy relationship to look like. And I have to tell you, it's not from this. Let's keep going. The Knight of Cups. No. You've done that, honey. You've done that. You've done that. You will feel your feelings once more. When or how you fully disconnect from this other connection, I don't know. But you are leaning more towards optimism of moving forward as opposed to moving backwards. Or saying stagnancy. Okay. The Knight of Cups, please. The Knight of Cups, your emotional expression. Show me that Knight of Cups, please. Show me that Knight of Cups, please. It caught my attention again right there on the split Four of Pentacles once more with the Hierophant. Some of you hold on because of that sense of commitment. Okay. You need to ask yourself then, and I understand the Hierophant. This is what we agreed to. Like, I know what I was signing up for. Did you? That's the thing about the rigidity that comes along with the Hierophant. If you well and truly commit to someone out of your belief system, okay, you need to understand when your belief systems over time are no longer matching to what you committed to. Otherwise, you go against your own values. You go against, contrary to your own sense of self-worth. If you committed to someone out of love and respect, a mutual bond, and it is no longer that, but you continue to commit to it, now you are going in contrary to commitment of thyself. Okay. Because you don't just have a commitment to what you signed off on, you also have a commitment to yourself. So if you form unions based on love and respect, growth, and spirituality, what happens when it's no longer there? The commitment no longer matches the union. Then you begin to run contrary to your own values and then thus create misalignment. Then you're just a Four of Pentacles. You're just holding on, honey. You're just holding on. Not for this sense of strength of will, and I can keep fighting for this. No, that's not commitment. That's fear to change. Fear to lose. And for some of you it runs deeper. There is some sort of trauma bond here. I can't see it, but it's there. The promise of who this person is exiting, or who they were. It stopped being loving and generous some time ago, I believe. Queen of Wands, the Magician. Yeah, you're pulling someone in. You're pulling someone in. You are. I don't know when. I will, of course, do a time check, but you're pulling someone in. Someone who better identifies with that Ten of Cups energy. You want this. You do. There's some confusion as to how. I just know that you're doing it. Not once, but twice. So you just pulled, again, the Magician, Queen of Wands, someone who is beautiful, and someone who can better calibrate to the King of Wands energy. So that's his counterpart. Someone who is equally inspired and fights and has drive and ambition. The Magician. Even I get confused with how many cards I put down. There's the Knight of Cups. in your environment, you will be expressing yourself to someone eventually who you feel better meets this under the terms and conditions of a healthy, sane, not fear-driven energy. Your confidence is picking up quite a bit. I don't know who you're expressing yourself to. I just know that this is how you start to take action towards your Ten of Cups. You've identified someone in this respect. I don't quite know. I still see you giving to this, even though it feels shut down. So I got to take a check on this. I got to do a check on this. It might be when they fully exit. I don't know. Anyway, I see you talking to someone, and the more that you express yourself to them, the more you want it. Okay? You seem to understand that they're vibing with you in that way that's healthy, productive, and it has somewhere to go. The King and Queen of Wands have to go. They have to burn their trails. They have to blaze their trails. They have to. It's how they express themselves. So you're going to harmonize with somebody, and you pull them in, and you're pulling them in. I see you actively talking to this person and taking action towards them. Okay, the stars, the hopes, the wish, the fears, the dreams, the desires, all that for some of you Aquarius season will be terribly important. Show me the stars, please. For some of you, it is someone whom you've known a long time. That hit weird. I just saw that awkwardly on the split. For some of you, this new star, this new desire, this new drive is someone whom you've known a long time. They're part of your soul tribe. Show me the stars, please. I don't know who I'm getting. I'm sorry. It made me almost go cross-eyed. That's how weird it is. It almost, I don't know, rewind that shit. I might have gone cross-eyed actually. When things hit me a certain way, it's like I can't ignore it. So the star here, when I'm focusing on the star and I saw that awkward split, it was the Six of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. It's a different kind of Seven of Pentacles. This one is unhealthy contribution. And it's been like that for a long time. The Seven of Pentacles I saw in reflection to this one was the Six of Cups, someone whom you've known a long time. There's a certain level of comfort there in that person. And I saw the nostalgia of a sweet kiss like that. I don't know how else to explain it. So it is someone whom you've known a long time, and you might have known each other so far back as childhood, but but that's not right. Maybe it is. It had the innocence of a very sweet kiss attached to it. I don't know how else to explain it. But but it was long ago. It's kind of fuzzy. For some of you, it is that person whom you're pulling it in. I don't know. I just know that this person energetically matches you, your goals specifically. You might have some Leo in your chart. Libra as well. So they seem to match with you more vibrationally. Okay, in terms of relationship energy, but for some reason, for some of you, yeah, it's someone whom you shared a sweet kiss with, and it was innocent, and it was like a long time ago. That's all I got. That hit funny. That hit me funny. The star. Show me the star, please. Show me the star, please. Show me the star, please. It was very sweet. It's almost like you remember it fondly. Show me the star, please. I mean, well, it's nostalgia. The Six of Cups. It's for some of you, it's the one that got away. I don't know. It made me go funny though. The Moon, Four of Swords, the Emperor. Ah, there you are. There you are. Mm-hmm. Yes, I found you. I knew I would. Mm-hmm. Remember that? The Emperor was in the challenge position. I don't know how to take charge on this, Christina, and I wouldn't even know where to start. I haven't been like this in a long time. Yeah, you forgot. You're starting to remember. You're starting to remember, my love. There you are. Getting reacquainted with your Emperor energy. Big Daddy, as I like to call him. Sometimes he's Mr. Grumpy, though. But he can also be Big Daddy, like the one where we need to step into our power and take charge of shit. You're starting to take charge of shit. It's like, you know what? There's this guy. My Emperor energy has been under the moon for a long time, thinking I couldn't do anything, or wasn't allowed to, or I couldn't give myself permission to. I couldn't see my way out of this because I feel strongly obligated to it, and part of me is afraid to do anything out of fear. You're pulling him out of the moon. And I know that because of the Four Swords is here. It's restful. It's restful. He's like, it's been a while. He's having to stretch. He's waking up from a very long nap. The Emperor is. Standing in your power. Making decisions. Putting your foot down. Declaring yourself. Oh yeah. He's like the genie in the lamp right now. He hasn't been out of the lamp in a long time and he's stretching. And he's like, oh yeah. I remember how to do shit. I remember how to make decisions. I remember what it's like to have hopes and dreams. I've put that side of myself under the moon for a very long time. Oh, he's stretching. He's stretching. But I tell you what. He's ready for a run. He's ready for a sprint. He's ready for a workout. He's had a long time to rest. You will be exercising stronger energy towards your hopes and your dreams and your desires. A part of you is afraid that you could not. It is coming out of the moon. You've had rest. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. I want to see... I see the emotional loss, but I also see the fear of abandonment and still some contribution to something that's been trying to exit. We fought the good fight, but it wasn't so good. It ran contrary to our Hierophant energy. That's his catch-22. Because I committed myself to it, I have to stay in it indefinitely, even if the terms of what I signed up for are changed. That doesn't mean I get to change. No. When we refuse to change, honey, it's adapt or die. Commitment's good, but you also have to know when to adapt. That's his catch-22. We will often stay in things longer than we should have. Because sometimes the Hierophant doesn't allow us the flexibility for change, and we are humans, as humans, defined absolutely by change. We are subject to it, and we are decision makers for it. So no, sometimes holding on for the sake of it causes us more harm than good. And I know you have a history with it, honey. I see it. I see it. And when you rested on it, your heart space would go back to the way it was. When you understood that holding on caused you more harm, you have that experience. Keep it going. Okay. The world, as your outcome, things are cycling. Perhaps it's dual then. As one door closes, another opens. Yes, you are making changes. I knew you would. Show me the world. Cycling in, cycling out. Show me the world, please. Some of you have very strong fixed components in your chart. Particularly Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Show me the world, please. Excuse me. Six of Pentacles. You are beginning to shake off this doubt that you can make something work. You've been sneaking away from it for a long time in terms of this thing that's balanced. Actually, it isn't, and I'm coming to terms with that. It's your swords really coming forward in terms of confrontation with yourself. That thing that you always said you could balance and or work with, turns out you can't. Okay, so you're being very confrontational with those thoughts. You're beginning to let those go. Okay, it's something that's been with you for a while. I'm glad to see that they are out and in full force. You seem to be addressing those thoughts. I can't balance with this situation. I tried. We are cycling out those thoughts. You understand now that there's difference between balancing out and just doing something because you're used to it or you're afraid to leave it. That's not really balancing, is it? It doesn't feel healthy, and you kind of know that. All right, there's something in here that just hasn't been working as much as blessies you've been trying to make it work. It's just not. So that is clearly what is cycling out. What is coming in is that you are definitely stepping into your own. You are taking actions towards someone who better represents that Ten of Cups energy, also with the passion energy, I should say, specifically the confidence to back it up and harmonize with you. For some of you, yes, I must insist, it was someone of long ago far away that just jumped out the way that it did. For some of you specifically, it's someone whom you shared a sweet kiss with, and that's all I got from that. For others of you, it might be someone new altogether. But yes, it's anything else, please, under that world energy. There's that doubt's trying to leave and you're going to let them leave. It's like, I understand that. Anything else, please, under that world energy? We have some communication here that's difficult for you, but you are going to try. In that respect, I don't think you're going to immediately jump into it. There's still some work that you need to do in your Ace of Cups, all right? But you're having this job of having to communicate with yourself about what is healthy, what is worth your effort, what is not worth your effort, and you're still trying to sort those feelings out. In terms of that Nine of Wands, you know that emotionally speaking, it shouldn't be so hard. You shouldn't have to force yourself to maintain feelings that you don't have. You shouldn't force yourself to maintain things that just aren't there. Okay, there's going to come a point where you completely shut down, I believe, communication with this person while your heart space opens up in another direction. Okay, which, again, that makes sense. And I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing. It's not. It's like you're having to relearn your words. You're having to relearn your words. What does that mean? Just like you've forgotten how to communicate through your heart? There's someone here you struggle to communicate with, but you would like to. Oh, I can see why, honey. You're out of practice. You're out of practice. Whatever this is, it wasn't exactly the most... It wasn't the most emotionally resplendent connection. It didn't allow you to express yourself in that way. Yeah, you're going to feel a little rusty. Okay. So first it was suspended, and then somewhere along that way of suspension of it going on and on like this, we completely lost, or what feels like we lost, the bigger part of our heart space. It's not dead, honey. It's not. It's just undergoing transformation. Big difference. Okay. If you can have big feelings like that once, you can again. They're just going to be different than how you last looked at them or perceived your own feeling. Okay? You're clearly undergoing transformation of the heart. And when you recognize it, when you recognize that this energy no longer was the promise that it used to be, when you recognize that you've been putting in a lot of strength and effort for something that just won't stop being what it is, that it transformed into what it transformed into, and that it's not that your heart is dead, it's just that you stopped feeling for this because it's not what you agreed to. It's not what you agreed to, and there is something here, I can't put my finger on it, but it feels like some sort of fucking trauma bond. Okay, I don't... They're telling me not to press it. They're telling me not to press it because it's sensitive. That you would already know. A sense of reliance on the possibility of one's health. That created that sense of helplessness. I wouldn't know what to do even though I don't feel anything for this anymore. Yeah. Okay. They told me to shut up. All right. It's like they already know. They already know. So you're getting that sense in you that whilst while I still have that sense of feeling in me, it's still there. It's not, it might be forgotten, but it's definitely not gone. I can still have in this life something that actually is fair and feels right. This no longer has that promise, and it's been trying to exit for a while. I'm gonna say the past 4 years. Possibly 3 to 4 years. Now, this is a heck of a thing. I'm trying to see when you transition into this and when this is complete. It's I can't see the delay. I see the emotional disconnect and the continuation at the same time. So when it's fully complete, I don't know. It's the timelines are overlapping. I can't quite see it. Let's okay. Ace of Swords. 8 weeks, possibly. Justice. 8. 8. Eight is, of course, a very powerful number, at least in tarot and the spiritual practices. Lion's Gate, the portal. Perhaps some of you have started to spiritually and emotionally check out from this last August. Libra, Leo. No, that's not the point. 8. What was the purpose of this? Other than, obviously, to not repeat mistakes of holding on out of fear or fear of abandonment. What was the point of this? To learn that true connectivity of feeling takes 2 people, and that if one person is constantly struggling to connect with the other and the other person isn't receiving, to not get caught up in that, to not allow it to continue. And that if somebody constantly rebuffs your energy or constantly rebuffs your communication or constantly rebuffs your emotional energies, your sense of care and support, of course it's going to shut you down. Okay, someone's lack of expression, emotional expression, physical expression is proof of their intentions. Okay, and if somebody doesn't want to receive your words or receive your love, you need to see that for what it is. Okay, that's not something we commit ourselves to, it's just something we get used to. It's not the same thing. And it does feel like you're a bit out of practice. And there's a reason why. Somebody does not receive your words or your emotional expression. You got used to being it shut down, and that's kind of a testament to how they feel about the connection too. Okay. The lack of communication, specifically one's feelings, is proof of what's going on. Yeah. We can't connect with this person emotionally. We haven't been able to for a long time. In fact, it cycled out some time ago. King of Pentacles. There it is again. 3 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It's too much like a friendship as opposed to a real relationship, or it's bare minimum cooperation, and we can't seem to get it to go beyond that or where it once was, the promise of what it used to be. That's the smallest of proofs, honey, is in communication about one's relationship energy towards the other person, one's feeling towards the other person, their intentions towards the other person. Is, are you being heard? Are you being heard? Are they listening? Are they hearing you? Are they feeling you? Are they in tune with you? You know. And then there's words versus actions. You know, someone might be able to talk a good game about feelings, but can they show it with action? Anyway, I'm sorry. Show me this, please. When you start to invest in an emotionally healthy relationship. Water energy. 53. Who else had that? I'll be darned. 53. Who else had that? Was it Leo? I had such a strong impression of 53, but I didn't think it was someone's age. I didn't think it was someone's age. It could be by next May. That is so bizarre. I had such a strong impression of 53. I believe it was Leo's reading. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Only when you are so much in pain and ready to finally detach because you want to feel your feelings again. Sometimes we have to get so low that we can come back up again. For some of you, May 3rd specifically. I don't know why 53 is such a strong number here. The 14th might be important to some of you. You will know when you're ready to start looking at relationships in terms of a healthy point of view. This is what I want to pull in. This is what I want to manifest. When you feel your confidence rise in manifestation. Speaking of which, I want to see that. That seems to be when you actually start to take action. Of course, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8.8. Could be by the next Lionsgate. August 8th specifically. Ooh. And that's when I mean you are starting to really, truly, seriously, as the King of Wands, start to think about emotional investment, Page of Cups, in a way that's healthy. And that Leo energy. Some of you have very strong Leo aspects in your chart. You will feel your energy rise for some of you by that time. Specifically Lionsgate, 8.8. 53 equals 8. For some of you, you will not be taking action towards that person until you know this cycle is complete, possibly a year. Possibly a year. Okay. All right. I can't get too much more than that. I just know that your energy seems to start spiking in terms of emotional direction, opening back up with confidence and a sense of reciprocity by what looks like Leo season. So I know that seems like a long way from now. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. It's going to take a bit of work to pull that Emperor out of the Moon, but he does want to come out. In that respect, Aries season might be important, as well as upcoming Pisces season. The stars, Aquarius, Pisces. There's a certain flow in here. It's going to take time, but I promise you, this has come to its end. Some of you have not fully detached from it. But the promise that was this person is waning, and it's trying to exit. It wants to exit because you know it's a fallacy. It's not true. There's what they used to represent, and there's the reality of it. I don't know that they're a bad person. I know the situation is. Specifically, and this is how I know it's a bad situation. You literally don't feel anything for it anymore. So we choose to stay in it. That automatically makes the situation bad, even if they're not. Perhaps you two were once right for each other. And that's what you committed under. But what it has become is not a representation of that commitment. Not anymore. I see you making powerful strides. And what looks like a typical Gemini pattern. There's one side of my mind. Here's the other. Left, right. Human duality at its finest. You know, it does look like an overnight thing. But I see you understanding this thing I tried to make work isn't. And you're going to find it a struggle to communicate from your heart space to whoever this person is, but you want to and you will. And you're a little rusty. I see why. I see why. A little bit of fear of rejection too. They seem to be communicating with you. Whoever they are. But there's a little bit of fear of rejection of your heart space as you try to unfold to it. I think it's natural given what you've been through. I think that's to be expected. Nevertheless, I see you pulling that person in, and they seem to be reciprocating. Okay? Stay optimistic about your love life, no shit. Positive thinking and faith will bring you that person. I see you have that optimism in you. It's like it took you a long time to remember that you had it. Make the effort. Codependency, that's exactly what this is. You continuously make the effort because of codependency, more that devil energy. Okay. That's the justification of making the effort, is really where it comes from, a place of fear. That sense of I have to have this, or they have to have me, or we're afraid, or we're both afraid. And that's why neither one of us has done anything, is that we're both afraid. So we continue to make the effort for something we don't particularly feel is good for either one of us anymore. Getting to know each other. Yes, I see that over here. Engagement. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One's writing off the I'm telling you right fucking now. I am telling you. One is writing off the back of the other. I've seen the world for it several times as one calling in your soulmate. Yes, I saw that you're provoking the magician twice for someone who is likely a soul bond home you've known to some extent. I did see that memory of what looks like a very sweet kiss to you. It's a strong memory in your mind. But you're having to get to know each other again, so that's why the communication's a little fearful in terms of I might be afraid that they'll reject my words or my heart space. I don't think that's true at all. They're showing me a certain level of enthusiasm in speaking to you. Regardless, you're going to try. Your Emperor's like, I'm going to do something about it. Anyway, the point is I keep seeing that cyclic thing. As one door closes, another opens. As you free yourself, engagement and reconciliation. And I don't mean reconciliation with this person. I mean someone over here. That's where I see it. Someone whom you have strong ties to and nostalgia of the past, but it grew to a certain point and then it stopped. It's kind of abrupt, but it's like you two are stronger than you were, the both of you. Once you free yourself, you open yourself to a new thing. And it's under reconciliation. Yes, calling in your soulmate. Okay, that's enough. I'd like to dig into that more, but this was the main gig. This was the main gig. And the more you realize that it's trying to exit and that it probably should, not just for you, but for the both of you, the sooner you can transition into that. Okay. I'm sorry I can't get a stronger idea of the timeline. I just can't. I just can't. I tried. But I have to say, next Leo season might be interesting for some of you. Okay. I do believe that new portal energy is going to open a couple things for you. I do. Some of you have a dog paw print. That particular pet is close to your heart. You also have a big heart, and it doesn't look like you're allowed to express it here. In fact, you often feel like it's shut down in this particular situation. Stingray, Scorpio energy could be one of your entering and one of your exiting. And then also the arrow, sign of Sag, same. Okay. A. Seashell, sign of Cancer. Snowflake, sign of winter, and then also, of course, Scorpio. Deer, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, tentative energy. Shy, nervous. But, still very sweet and serene, patient. Okay. I and A, that's it. Taurus. The Incredible. Taurus, the Incredible. S, by the way. N. But yes, some of you, you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. That would actually make sense. I did say I saw quite a bit of fixed sign energy, I believe, within you. You could be connecting to Taurus, but the Incredible, that you can be strong. Strong-willed Taurus is. Once they decide to charge in a particular direction, it might take them a while. But once they figure out their direction, that's it. It's game over. So but it does take them a while to get to that, because they have to have a sense of protection and nurturing that what they're doing is correct. So it can take them a long time to get to that conclusion. So if you have some Taurus in your chart, just please know that once you're ready to move, once the bull is ready to move and take action as the emperor, he will. That's just how they work. Okay, but it takes them a while to get there, but they get there eventually. Okay, that's enough. All right, honey, you put in the comments as you see fit. It really is kind of like a night and day, and it's a good night and day. I just need you to get past the hard parts, and the timelines are tricky. It is tricky. One's riding on the back of the other, of course. Just please know that it is here. And I knew, honey, you can't show me a King of Cups and an Emperor that remember what it's like to be a King of Cups and an Emperor, and that you can't remember what it's like to be that once more. You can, and you will, and I knew that you would. But you need time to recognize the situation for what it is, not for what it isn't. That's the biggest thing by far. Seeing this for what it is, not what it isn't. The promise that was versus the promise of what it used to be. Two different things. What you committed to in one day in good faith over so many years has changed. And understanding that's what you have present day is not what you committed to 10, 15, 20 years ago. And once you understand that, it's very freeing. Very much so. The contrast is very high. Very high. All right. I don't know who you shared that sweet kiss with, but the way I saw it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. And it was powerful, it was sweet. And you have such a strong memory tied to it, I believe. It's someone who you grew something with, but then it stopped. A little bit. There's something in there. What is it? You are manifesting them not once but twice. Taking action. Ten of Cups. There's something about this person. They seemed, I don't know where I'm getting this, I'm sorry, they seemed so innocent then. They seemed so innocent then. Like they didn't have much experience when you first met them. But they've really realized their energy over time. And it's much more like yours. Or rather what you had always had hoped it would be. It's provoking your Emperor. A. Why do I get such a strong A? A. A. I'm sorry, I don't, it's so strong. That A is so damn strong. I don't know. Put in the comments as you see fit. There are beautiful things here, Gemini. I hope you see that. But you couldn't know it without something to compare it to. How else would you know what to aim for? Roses and thorns, yes? Roses and thorns, day and night. Okay, that's enough. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I will be doing New Year's reading with the emphasis on new. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.